Okay, so yesterday I had this idea, not that idea, but a concept of the world has to adapt to your truth. What is your truth about your life? Listen, I like it changed my life and the way that I view. And right now, as I was making breakfast, it just became so vivid. This concept just became so vivid. What is the definition of your truth in your life? I think each one of us individually, uniquely, we have our own definition of truth, based on our experiences in life, based on how we view the world, and just how our mind are wired. For a very long time, I thought I mean, even right now, I'm still struggling to think that I what's the word? I'm not like other people. I'm not normal. Like, not normal, but I'm not um thinking the way people should think, or I'm not adapting to the way the social world, how socially people should act or should do things, right? For a very long time, and even now I'm still struggling with it. I'm trying to adapt and become normal, but there's some things that are just true for everyone. You can't go around naked, and you know but there's a truth. There's truth for yourself. And I don't wanna ramble. I don't wanna talk a lot of things, but I just wanna get to the point that you have your own definition of truth. You have your own way of viewing things, and you think that there are things that are possible. And it's not everyone who's going to accept that, because they haven't experienced what you've experienced. They haven't got an idea. They haven't seen in their visions what you're trying to articulate, and even their life experiences doesn't allow them to see what you see as truth to be truth. I mean, it's not even part of their life, right? It's your reality, it's your truth. I think that's what makes us human unique, because we see in different ways, and it becomes a problem if you are trying to define to take your truth and give it to somebody else. They're never going to accept it. You need to. Oh, I remember. I was talking to this other guy, and as I was talking to him, I kept on saying, what if I'm not speaking the right things? Or what if he wants me to be in a different way, in the way that I'm speaking? Because basically, I was just talking about God, I was just talking about things that I do not think that should be the way that they are. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what if he doesn't want me to respond this way? What if I'm boring to him? You understand? So, and I in that moment I got to realize that the fact that I'm even talking to him, he came into my life. I never asked him to come into my life. If he asks me questions, I need to speak in the way that I see my truth being. I need to speak in the way that if my mind really believes in this, I need to speak it out. If I don't believe that this is pink, I'm gonna tell you straight up, because that's just not my reality. Other than lying and trying to make you feel good that, oh, this is pink, and trying to like trying to just fit it into your own reality and your own truth. Why can't I just express what I think it's true? Even when you do not think that is true, let me at least express it. I'm not asking you to accept my truth, but the opportunity to just express your truth, it's a privilege to me, because I never got a chance to. In a lot of cases, I find myself trying to adapt and fit into what the world's truth, or individuals people's truth, but never my truth. And and I hope you get what I'm saying. What is your truth, and what do you believe it's true for you, and um what do you see being tangible, although it hasn't yet been done, or it hasn't yet manifested into the physical world? And you go do it. Just do it, because what you believe in can only, like, it is a truth, maybe in the spiritual realm, or in another world, not yet in the physical, but you can make it true. You can make it tangible. You can make that truth tangible, so that the world can start believing in it. if it's not yet seen, it's not part of their world. But once they see it, it then becomes part of their world. How? Because now they can maybe touch it. They can talk about it and say, we never thought it was true. Who would have thought? I mean, before Facebook, before YouTube, before every other thing, who would have thought these things are possible? No one. And surely even the creators, before they even told them that, I mean, even the creators, surely when they were telling their friends or they were telling people, it seemed like it's not possible up until it happened, and now the whole world is using it. So I'm just asking you, what is your truth? What is your truth? What do you believe can be done? What is it that you have to move from that imaginary world and you have to bring it to the physical? And that will require hard work. That will require you not trying to prove it to them. You're just trying to prove it to yourself, because sometimes just thinking about other people is just a lot of work. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. I I'm still learning about life, and getting these revelations just makes my life easier, because right now I'm thinking, like you're like trying to vlog and you're just thinking, oh, what are people thinking? And then for you it's a reality. For you it's like, oh, I want to do this, but why you're not gonna do it? Because somebody's reality or somebody's truth does what you're trying to do does not fit into their world, and now you're trying to like minimize yourself to fit into what they're thinking it's true. And I think that brought so much that if I can continue to live with this mentality that the world has to adapt to my truth, and I don't always, actually I shouldn't even adapt to some individual's truth. Like, it's their truth, but what about my truth? The world has to adapt to my truth. The world has to adapt to my truth. The people around me need to adapt to my truth. I know there's a lot of factors that can, but the core point here is, if you're like me, you've been struggling with trying to fit in into different you're trying to fit in into the society. Okay, let me not sound like that, but if you're trying to fit into everyone's world, and then you're neglecting your own world, in most cases, almost 90% of my time I've done that growing up, and maybe even now. But right now I've got the reality that maybe it's time that people need to adapt to my truth, and what I see is being what life is about, and not necessarily me having to fit in and adapt and just break down my laws and my principles and my way of living, or the way I speak, or the way I want to speak, and be free. So be free, man. Express your truth with confidence, because if you are neglecting your truth, no one, oh my goodness, no one will ever adapt to your truth if you yourself do not adapt to your truth. I mean, yes, it's still in the imaginary world, but once it gets to be physical, uh, everyone will adapt to it. But when you can't even adapt to it while it's still in the physical, and you're just neglecting it and be like, no, the society doesn't see it as being a good fit. Well, I mean, like, how long? How will you be able to fit into everyone's truth? We have different experiences. We have So how will you be able to fit into everyone's truth? And I've tried that, and it's hard. So don't. Okay, now let's eat. I love talking about these things. I love it. So